Bottom line, bro. Shout out.
We just ran your ass off the block. R.I.P. Sorella, that shit gone. No more tube tops are getting sold on the block.
So
the 22-ster wants in. If a tube top gets sold on the block, I want my fucking cut. Big t-shirt gets sold on Melrose. The 22-ster is here with Desto Dubb by my side and Brick Baby right there with the Smith & Wesson. And we want our fucking cut. We ran your ass off the block. You got nothing to offer.
So you saying you back on Melrose?
We back on Melrose and we ran your scary ass off the block.
The next day.
Weird ass, no jumper ass.
AD, pun.
Maybe we get on the phone.
AD and pun on business. AD and pun on business.
You asking for cameras for? Like on 6-0, issue up. If you was gonna issue up, you caught a nigga that don't get involved with no politics or nothing with that shit. Cuz shuts up every time they talk anything about it, nigga. You know what I mean? You caught a nigga like that up there that don't got nothing to do with your no jumper beef and all that, bro. And tried to do that while he was by himself and still didn't issue up while y'all was 5 deep. Whole shit. You know what I mean? Other than that, I ain't even like, you know, this is a podcast and like y'all doing a little bit much. I mean, y'all want to take podcasts to the street shit. This is, yeah, hey, that's on y'all, brother. But like I say, I stand in the blue on this one. I just ain't even, you know what I mean? It don't concern me. I just pray that when y'all see me, y'all act the same way. You know what I mean? And that's just that. I just pray y'all act the same way. You know what I mean? We don't got to talk too much more about that. I pray a nigga act the same way. I'm begging.
Is Desto Dubb a known like gang member or anything like that?
It ain't none of that.
Yeah,
Preston, that's what I said. It's all right. He'll be all right. You know, Dubb run his own. You know what I'm saying?
Dubb's a great guy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Dubb run his own program. He probably gonna stand clear of the shit. I just pray that a nigga keep the same energy, cuz.
That's just
not like that.
Yeah. I wish I would have known like before I left the house. Feeling like,
no, you have made 4-5 clips of that shit.
I could have dropped the film like a little video on it.
What would you have said,
Flacco? Hey,
he's like, wait till later. I'll let you know.
Listen, man. I have no real opinion on it. I pray for peace. You feel me? And that's about Or I got you feel me? Like God said on this. You know, I pray for peace, man.
Dubb don't be on none of that shit, my nigga. Like, I ain't saying he don't hold his own, but I'm saying he ain't out causing problems.
Nah,
he don't make waves of problems.
We ain't even gonna talk. Dubb and Squabble one of them niggas
Not
if it came down to it. Y'all caught a nigga by himself and y'all was deep and y'all didn't do nothing. It's over with. Like, y'all really look like hoes. That's the end of that. We ain't even finna get into that. It ain't even nothing. Y'all didn't do nothing. Wasn't no punches thrown. It was all words. Nigga, keep it at words, nigga.
The crazy thing about the whole situation was I've known this nigga Dubb for a long ass time. So when I seen Cuz, even when he was at No Jumper, I'm not even looking at Cuz on that type of timing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Immediately, nigga, as soon as he see me, he like, AD, what's up? Nigga, I shake his hand. I get a nigga a hug. You feel me? I keep pushing. I'm walking with my girl. You know what I'm saying? I go take a picture with the fans and shit like that. I'm chilling. Nigga, they like, hey, nigga, commotion over here. Nigga, woo, woo. Nigga, as soon as I walk over there, I see the nigga with the camera like this, like, ching, 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 ching.
Going crazy.
He's like, the ACEBOY, hey, damn, everyone is standing on business. Everyone is standing on business and stuff like that. And even after the situation, I told Cuz, I said, nigga, talk to Cuz on the phone. And I'm like, listen, bro, Adam putting you in some shit that you ain't got nothing to do with.
Yeah.
While we're at it, your new name is Adam Brick Baby, and your new name is Adam Dubb. I'm sorry, but I got it. If you're gonna work with me, you got to take my name. That's the new rules. Okay, so change your Instagram name. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Come on,
Adam boy.
Am I the new AD?
Adam Dubb.
Adam Dubb.
So that's the part niggas leaving out.
That's the fucked up thing about it, because prior to this, nigga, Adam is sitting there going back and forth with Hov, with my big homie. And
all this shit start with that white boy.
Whose name does he bring up for no reason? He brings up Dubb's name. He's saying, nigga, me and Dubb got security and we ain't this and we ain't worried about this and all that. You inserting Dubb in shit that he ain't got no issue even being in.
Yeah,
and when you start talking about, nigga, oh nigga, we over here, me and Brick and Dubb over here with the Billy Western on Western and shit like that.
With Smith and West.
You inserting a nigga again in shit that ain't got nothing to do with it. If you got a problem with niggas, handle your fucking candle, nigga. Stop trying to bring other niggas into that shit, because that's fucked up, nigga. You went on that motherfucker today and said, this shit ain't got nothing to do with me.
Like
that's cold, cuz.
Like a bitch.
But then when it's all fun and
That's
games,
cold.
niggas is kikiing and giggling and chiming in and having a little funny, slick shit to say.
Do you really think that I'm scared of Pun waiting outside of the building? You know exactly where we work. What are we talking about? If you wanted to do something, you're not going to talk about it on the podcast. You probably already would have done it. I'm not worried about it.
White boy.
Nigga, that shit is cold.
For the record,
bro.
Adam, this got everything to do with you, my nigga.
100%.
Everything to do with
feel
you,
me?
nigga.
We're going to keep applying pressure till we get you.
Niggas
Facts.
don't have no aggression towards
That's
no
not a
other
threat, my
nigga
boy.
but
That's a
you.
promise.
Who is Pun? Where is he from?
I don't know.
Like I always wanted to know that. Like it just was like, cause this ACEBOY, he be calling a lot of shots. I be seeing I would see like,
but no
clips.
bodies
I've
are
never
dropping,
seen it.
Brick Baby. Adam 22 still out here living good. He's saying he's gonna kill me. He plotted out the whole fucking crime on his live stream last night. If you ask me, it might be a terms of service violation. We might have to call up YouTube and say, look at this guy plotting an assassination on his channel. I know you don't want anything to do with it because it sounds like snitching, right? I'm not going for it. Ain't nobody scared around here. That's all I'm saying. So if you really want to do something, you're going to have to actually do it. You're not going to just sit here and plot out my death on your live stream.
I am tired of like this little beef and this little war and all this little extra shit. Like I ain't got nothing against Figgmunity world or none of that shit. Like, you know, church is nothing but love to all y'all, because at one point in time, my nigga, y'all, shit, I still feel like, hey man, y'all are peers to a certain extent. Like, we ain't gotta separate that, homie. Problem is, Adam and T-Rail, let that shit be for what it's gonna be. Oh, Figgmunity world, nigga, y'all niggas strive, nigga, and thrive. Y'all want me to talk bad? Is that what we supposed to be with it? Like, come on, homie. Been to half you niggas' houses, and I'm supposed to sit there and talk bad. That shit weird to me. I would never do that. I would never do that, homie. I don't care what's going on. That shit weird to me. I live by a different code. I don't go to niggas' houses. T-Rod and been to your house. Why the fuck am I sit there and talk bad about you, church? Or anybody, nigga. Whatever y'all got going on with Adam, hey, nigga, he holding his candle. Y'all handle y'all candle. People talk about niggas sitting in the same room like, hey, homie, this is nigga's company, dog. I ain't gonna tell him nothing. I wouldn't tell him nothing because I wouldn't want a nigga to tell me nothing. Come on, homie. Like, what the fuck, nigga? You want to come in and cut the news off? Hey, my nigga, he got every motherfucking right. He feel like he want to say something. That's his motherfucking show. I wish a nigga would. I don't give a fuck who he is. I don't care. I put you on, put you around. Nigga, you don't say nothing if I come. Nigga, that's my shit. Niggas talk about wouldn't even sit in the room. Like, come on, homie. I don't know where that shit came from. Talk about like, why would niggas even sit in the room for that? Come on, dog. He came in, my nigga. He crashed his show. I can't even say he crashed a show. He crashed his own. I respect a nigga like that no matter what. Nigga, hey, man, this is it. This is his shit. Like, nobody heard me speak on it. I didn't say shit. I started eating some cheeses. Shit, what am I supposed to do? Shit, his ain't my motherfucking show, my nigga. He ain't come in crashing my shit. He came in on his own shit, what he runs, what he owns. I can understand and know how to separate the two. I do business, homie. Good business. And understand how this shit roll. We can say Adam kind of weird, all the extra shit, but let's be honest, dog. Everybody been talking about everybody. For months.
It's interesting you say that because I am mostly concerned with discussing this. I think I had a little bit of a realization last night that I had misplayed my hand and that I had made some mistakes. So I want to own up to that and speak about what the last 9 months of my life has been like. So welcome to the Adam and Wax Show. Can we please bring up my timeline up here that I drew this up?
Misplayed your hand.
I'll tell you all about it. I'm a poker player, so we got to talk about that. So this right here is my timeline of the last 9 months or so. So we're going to go from the left. March. March says the breakup. This is not extremely. Yes, this is not extremely specific because obviously, like, I don't even remember what part of March this happened in, but March is when things essentially started to
Were you
crumble.
in AD?
AD, T-Rail, all that shit. Right. And
who did you start with first? Who did you, was it just one thing? Or did it, like, you and T-Rail got into it, then maybe he left? Like, was
you don't remember this? But it says them dissing me all the time and me not responding. That
April.
That was a longish time period
April
here.
to June.
Till, I'm going to say, honestly, till kind of like July. And I even marked the honeymoon just to kind of put that into perspective.
When did they kick off Community?
That it was already going before the breakup.
Oh, it was already going.
But that's when they started Figgmunity. Figgmunity World.
So
was
that T-Rail?
No, his is back on Fig. AD shit is Community, and then when they left, they started Figgmunity World.
Gotcha.
Okay. And so I even marked the honeymoon just to kind of put that in perspective, that there was this sort of extended time period that I would describe as a period where they were talking about me a lot. They were doing a lot of clickbaiting about me. And I was just kind of like letting it go. I was just not really interacting too much. There was a few episodes where I maybe like stated my opinion and everything, but I was kind of trying to de-escalate the situation for that time period by not really responding, right? Then I've marked up here, it says SBA/BLK. You're probably wondering what that stands for. This stands for Snoopy Badass / Bootleg Kev. Now, why I'm marking that is because around this time period in like mid-July, I did a Snoopy Badass interview where he spoke on AD. It wasn't the most disrespectful thing ever, but
he
it definitely...
said because AD was the reason why he couldn't come up here. Because of me.
He called him a Whack 100 agent.
I remember that.
And other things. And so that kind of increased the tension a little bit. Then you have the Bootleg Kev interview. I'm not even sure which happened first, but the Bootleg Kev interview.
With you?
He interviewed me, yes. And I go on there and he ends up asking me a bunch of questions about those guys. And through this whole time period between the breakup and this Bootleg Kev interview, I don't think that I did an interview during that whole time period. I basically decided I'm going to take my thoughts and I'm going to conserve it to
August
just
and November.
No Jumper. Before that. This is from March to late July.
So you didn't do nothing. You didn't say nothing.
I can't say that I didn't say anything, but I was definitely in de-escalation mode, trying to have everybody get along. Wasn't really going that well because they were clickbaiting the fuck out of everything with me, etc. So then I do this Bootleg Kev interview, and he asked me, basically the thing that ended up heating everything up, he goes, don't you think that AD's making more money now? I said no. I said a few other things that he probably didn't appreciate, but there was this whole little storm around that time period where you had Snoopy talking about him, you had G-Face, who actually said some stuff on the podcast about AD. And then I think that this all kind of culminates with the Desto Dubb Sexyy Red concert footage that came out the other day. Now,
awful lot of running.
If I could go back in time, I think that the moment that I kind of misplayed my hand, in which I could have been a more mature person, broadcaster, former friend to them, etc., is that once I got them to stop talking about me, I should have said, okay, you got what you wanted, just chill. You have no reason to keep provoking them and keep talking. That's not what I did. I kept just throwing on it. I can't even remember all the different instances in which I spoke about them in negative ways, kind of rubbing it in, etc. And I was going at it from the perspective of, okay, I feel like I can protect myself. I feel like I'm not terribly worried about what they're going to do to me because I'm moving around in a certain way where I'm not really worried about that. Then we come to this Desto Dubb situation. And to be honest, this was just like a really eye-opening thing for me, in which I realized that, yeah, maybe I can take care of myself and move around in a certain way that prohibits me from, running into serious situations. But I also see the way that this is unfolding, and Dubb even being in that situation is something that I just really don't want to be responsible for. It's not that I'm, and on top of that, it's just the conversations that I've been hearing behind the scenes about how this could escalate. Both from them on stream, because obviously I'm not privy to their private conversations, but then hearing the private conversations going on amongst people on the No Jumper staff and everything, and it just doesn't really sit right with me. I feel like it's on me at this point that I have to go out of my way to intentionally try and de-escalate this situation and acknowledge that I was in the wrong. I should have, at the point in the map, I don't know if it's still on the screen, but after this whole bootleg kept thing, whatever, once they stopped talking about me, I should have just been man enough to say, okay, let's just leave it at that. Okay. Now, I'm not under the impression that these guys are just going to like instantaneously forgive me and everything's all good. I know that this is going to be an issue for a significant period of time, but I'm just saying that I've seen where this is going. I don't want to be the one who's responsible for it. I had to, sincerely apologize to Dubb and say I'm sorry for even putting you in that situation. Now, granted, he kind of also put himself in that situation.
How did he put himself in it?
There was a few comments that have been brought to light, that little things that he might have said on the podcast or whatever that might not have been the best idea for somebody in his position. But I am acknowledging my own responsibility in all this.
I've never seen his Adam before.
Playing into this anymore.
I'm going to tell you what I do. And the reason why I started laughing, because I had this crazy thought. You remember New Jack City?
No.
You remember Pookie?
You compared her to Tasha K to him the other day. Yeah.
When he started getting high and they caught the camera on him, and he looked at the thing and said, help! I just kind of pictured Desto doing that with you.
Oh, my God.
I just saw that shit.
See, this is why I did this.
Take this boy outside and kill him 3 times and blow the...
Scotty, help me, I'm gonna die.
We just gonna say, shout out community. Shout out my boy AD. If it wasn't for AD, a lot of shit probably would be haywire right now, because I'm not gonna put it out there and people like, oh, don't let him trick you into this shit. It ain't even that. It's like, I know how to keep y'all name out of my mouth. I know how not to say, oh, this nigga and these people around there. If you say them people at No Jumper and them buster ass No Jumper niggas and this, that, and the other, that happens to be me. I happen to work at No Jumper, so you know what I mean? A motherfucker need to put an address on what they saying, or just don't speak at all on the nigga situation. It will be straight. So with that being said, we moving on.
Caster are people who can hear a valid argument, can hear a valid conversation, and then they go on the podcast and they want to convince you that they're hard and they could beat somebody up. I think I speak on behalf of basically the entire audience, and really maybe the world, when I say that we don't care. You got to actually do it. You can't just talk about it on the podcast. Nobody cares. That's a defunct style of podcasting. It's been gone for a very long time. If you want to act tough, a podcast is not the place to do it. So anyone who ever listens to something I say and then they hop on a podcast and they start talking about how tough they are, I just want you to know
you are a bozo.